just hit the button to start streaming as soon as you sent me that text message.
It's fine. This is good. This is good entertainment for people at home.
This is good.
Stare at your phone.
Right here. This is what we
Hi,
do.
Mom.
I got nothing.
Wait, it'll be worth it when it shows up.
Okay. Well, we'll just wait then. Hello, Internet. Welcome to us immediately, just like bullshitting right here. No.
It's better than the old Burning Wheel game where we'd start the broadcast with someone saying the word dick. So I mean, you know.
Well, it was close enough to saying the word dick, I think. Yeah, it's session 2 of this game, and that's pretty awesome. That we're actually having multiple sessions of a RPG. Yay! That isn't our D&D game. Also Burning Wheel. So, when we left off last time, what was it that was going on? Oh yeah, Father Colin
Priest punched a sheriff.
Yeah, the priest punched the sheriff and got taken to jail. Yezi, the widow of the Jarl, and Fianna had hidden the murderess Saxa in murderous inside
Justified murderous.
Yes, justified murderous. Inside the temple, the shrine to the ancestors. There's an angry mob outside calling for Saxa's blood. And I think, am I missing anything? Am I leaving anything out?
Yeah, the sheriff tried to calm the mob down, and that didn't work.
That did not work.
And we've arranged for the rebels to get Saxa out of the city.
Yes. At least you had.
Kibitz it however you want, son.
No,
I'm
like it was legitimately a couple of weeks ago, and I'm trying to remember. Yeah, because you'd gotten that circles roll.
Yep.
So you'd contacted somebody who was in the resistance. Oh yeah, to get word out that you needed them to come and smuggle her out. So I think where I would like to start tonight. Where do I want to start tonight? Do we want to start? Bless you. Do we want to start with the priest and the cop? Bless you again. The priest and the cop in the jail. What the fuck?
Sure, after Christmas.
Now, Shaun, were you ever planning on doing this kind of thing professionally? Because you're gonna need a better class of idiots than us four.
No, I think you guys are the perfect class of idiots for this game.
I think we were just the most readily available idiots.
Sometimes you got to take what you can get. It seems to work for government.
Oh, the comedy! You can't start off with comedy that high, Shaun.
I know.
It's so funny it hurts.
I try. Yeah. So do we want to start with in the jail, or I know that at one point the Dominus had asked
to see me.
Yes, had asked.
And we just never got there.
Asked to see.
We should start with that.
Because he can wait. I got shit to do.
I got shit to do.
Can he wait?
Well, I don't know. He only sent the message. He didn't send anyone to bring me in, so.
Well, he did tell the chief of police. I I think that was the point. So let's.
I mean, I'm not gonna like force you to go there.
No, I think we can skip forward a little bit of time, right? Like eventually he's gonna send somebody to come and get you,
Sure.
and so you find yourself. This is, the same day, some hours later. It's you're kind of in the familiar like hall, like where
Oh, right before my dead husband's offices used to be.
yeah
Right there.
this is where he would administrate justice and whatnot, but now but now like sitting in the high seat at the head of the hall is this usurper. And as you come in, he stands up formally, and he's like, Lady Bjorson.
What's his title again?
Dominus.
Dominus? All right.
Yes. He says, I appreciate you taking the time to come and see me.
You're welcome. What can I do for you?
He says, I have a matter to discuss with you, and it's of some import. I actually have a request. The way he says request indicates that it's not a request at all. And he says, we seem to have an issue when we came to civilize your lands.
Sorry, I had something in my throat. Continue.
As you're aware, the resistance was quite strong. And as a result, those who chose to fight against the Imperium were not able to maintain their normal fields, and their crops.
I was waiting for you to go with those who chose to fight against us weren't able to maintain living,
breathing,
anymore.
Like your husband and your kid.
Yeah, no bigs.
No, he's like they were unable to maintain their crops and their lands.
War will do that.
And in the intervening time, there's not been enough time for the people who have come to homestead in this new province to effectively farm and raise enough crops, and as a result, there is a severe shortage. And he's like pulling out records that like notes and tallies that his men have taken of your town's like food stores. And he's like, there isn't enough to feed everybody adequately, and so I believe we are going to need to ration what foods remain. Of course, the lion's share will go to the farmers. But as you are the representative of your people, I think it is best if they hear the news from you.
I just to make sure, that I am understanding, Dominus, no offense, but the people who could have farmed the land, who understand our specific soil and the needs of our crops, are not being permitted to farm their land. The people who have tried have failed, and so now you want me to go and tell the people who initially held the land that they're going to starve this winter.
They will receive food. They should be glad that they are not being punished for their fellow's insurrection.
Sure, they're not. I understand that you're trying to civilize this land and bring peace amongst both the new settlers and the people who have been here for generations and generations. Starving one of the two will not fix that. In fact, I think what you propose would really wind up with more trouble on your hand than you're anticipating.
Would it? I'm not so sure that it would. You're asking me to make the choice between feeding productive members of society and feeding the infirm and those too young to work the land. I have a
Look.
legion to feed.
And we have many fertile lands here that didn't produce for one reason or another over this past tumultuous time. Dickbag. But look, I think, and I'm actually glad that you brought this up, because I was hoping to discuss another matter with you, and I think that we could just kill two birds with one stone here, if you're willing to hear me out.
Well, I'm always willing to entertain requests from a loyal Imperium subject.
Just eventually I'm just gonna stab him in the face. So the problem is food and the lack of production. We just won't talk about the burnt food stores that we did have.
You shouldn't have burned them.
Look, I think we could achieve a peace between the settlers and my people. But to do that, we are going to have to recognize some domain of the people who were here. And what I really think that could do is if we grant my people some of the land and some of the farms, they would at least have a fighting chance. If you give them the means to support themselves, they will do it. But if you take their farms and take their opportunities and then deny them food to feed your people who have frankly failed to flourish as farmers out here, there will be problems. They're not going to just peacefully starve to death over winter. But if we give them a patch of land and animals and the means to farm, they can survive. Bitch.
He says we've taken nothing but your unused land and turned it to actual use.
If that were true, sir, you would have more food.
If your people hadn't chosen to fight against us instead of farming, we would all have more food.
Maybe I hear that the country you represent has had a really bountiful year. Perhaps they could send food to help get us through the winter.
perhaps, but an endeavor will take time. Time we may or may not have. In the meantime, people need to be fed, and those people that distribution needs to be dealt with. This is the most efficient use of what we have now.
Starving women and children is the most efficient use.
Yeah,
because that is all that we have left.
How are you get like his eyes narrow every time you make an accusation, and it's like you're just not listening. You're just not listening to what I am telling you.
Stupid woman, opinions and shit.
So how do you want to handle this? Like I feel like we're kind of at an impasse here. And yeah, he's just like, are you going to tell your people, or are you not going to tell your people?
Will you not entertain the idea of giving them land on which to fend for themselves?
Do we need to do a versus test here? Do you want a duel of wits?
It's time to duel.
I don't want to monopolize the screen time right now. Like, you know me, of course I want to do a duel of wits, but
For it.
like if we could do something short in a versus, but I don't know what that would look like.
You can do duel if you want to.
Yeah, we can duel. How about we do this? We will go ahead and do the duel of wits. Do you have a scripting sheet up there?
Probably in the filing cabinet.
Here. If you have roll 20, I can do this. And hopefully your map turned into a scripting sheet.
I think it did.
So if you would like, you are welcome to go ahead and script.
And you can't see it?
I cannot see it.
You can not see it?
That's
Don't say that. You'll make Matt self-conscious about his haircut.
Does he have the like Hitler emo boy swoop going on?
no.
Oh, look
no.
at that!
It's just my natural hair curl, and I'm trying to put it down the way.
I'm just fabulous. Stop making fun of me. All right.
Mew 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 mew. Ow, cat. Jeez.
Yeah, go ahead and script and.
I'm trying.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, it's okay. Do your
Can
thing.
you actually script and roll 20?
Yeah, I have a kind of a map set up that just has scripting sheets on there. So you can just drop people on.
How do I?
As we need. If you just use the there's the paintbrush tool.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
Go ahead, do your thing.
And then I was gonna jump over to the jail while you're scripting. And so Father Colin, you've been in for a few hours.
He's kind of fretting with his those wide brim black hats with the little bowl top. I don't know what those are called, but you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of bringing that in his hands and fretting with it.
Oh no, we would have taken that from you. I'm just kidding.
Took your shit.
It could have been used as a weapon.
Right?
I mean, I may have used Peaky Blinders at one point in my old hat as a thug, but not in this priest hat.
But not in this one. Yeah, so Yeah, I think the like you hear the door squeal open and some light pour into the hallway. As Aldwin steps in.
And Colin stands up immediately.
Yeah, the crowd, the locals are still kind of in an uproar outside, like waiting to hear like what's going to be done about the murder. But there's also like regular shit to do. So for the moment, everybody's sort of dispersed and gone back to their homes, leaving you, Aldwin, some time to deal with this bullshit. This bullshit. I mean,
this motherfucker right here.
This motherfucker who punched you in the face and then ran away.
Who left you a bit of a shiner.
That's
Sorry
right.
about that.
So, I walk up to the bars, and I kind of lean against the bars and peer in.
Colin says, Captain Aldwin, please, and he's just stammering in embarrassment and shame in himself. He says, I apologize. That was not befitting a man of the cloth. I should not have struck you as I did. How is your face?
You don't worry about my face.
Out of character, just because the player wants to know what's this face look like right now? What kind of mark did I leave?
Yeah, what kind of mark did he leave on your face?
I imagine it's a pretty decent shiner.
Yeah.
But I guess the question is, what kind of a mark did the butt of my sword leave?
Yeah, what kind of mark did the butt of his sword leave?
I'm immune to sword butts. No. You got me in the back of the head, didn't you? No, where'd you get me?
We didn't really establish an exact location, so wherever you feel like you got hit.
I think like lower right jaw. There's a bruise.
Is something on my face? No. Nothing really here or here, but right about here.
Here, yeah, but just like all down like the right side of his jaw is just a massive purple bruise.
Nice.
Because the bottom of the hilt of a sword is a hard object, harder than my fists.
Just slightly. So, Father, whereabouts do you hail from?
Kind of blinks like it's an odd question, but I'm from the capital city.
And when did you, out of character, what's the name of this area again? This town?
Gostvik?
Gostvik, that's it. And when did you come to Gostvik?
About 5 months ago. I see you like the small town sheriff just leaning against the bar like chewing a piece of grass or something. Just,
well, that's what I'm
like,
doing. I'm leaning up against
you're
the bar with
uninterested,
one arm.
but like you're drilling for information.
Yeah, I'm just kind of staring at you, trying to size you up and figure you out a little bit. So, not many men of the cloth will assault guard captain so openly.
I am ashamed of my actions. Again, I apologize. I should not have done.
Also, I gotta say, you got quite a swing on you too. How long have you been a father?
About 6 months.
What did you do before then?
And he kind of gives you he stops fidgeting for a second, gives you a solid look, and says, "Most people come to Gostvik to start fresh, Captain."
All right, I let it slide. So, out of character, what kind of punishment typically would befall someone for this kind of crime? Like, I
That
don't understand. Like, what's the justice like in this town?
that's a very good question.
Captain.
I mean, is this something that your character would know? Because if so, it would be an appropriate time for something like laws wise or something along those lines. Do you have do you have an idea?
You know, I personally do not.
Okay, no, that's
I imagine my character would, but I do not have laws wise.
or I believe, is it rule of law? Is that a
Rule of law is a skill, yeah.
yes? That's the one I'm thinking
having look at where are my skills? Where are my skills?
Okay,
And
and your
it's
character
entirely
sheet, click on
possible that you
stats
don't
and
have.
skills.
There we go. There we go.
You may or may not.
I have soldier wise and soldiering.
Yeah.
If the soldier struck a superior officer, you'd be in the brig, son. I don't know.
You be in deep doo doo.
Cool. So yeah, are you? So I guess the question is your intent more to?
My intent.
Oh, go ahead.
My intent is not to punish him, but depending on the severity of the crime, I kind of want to see. Because I'm more curious than anything. I was pissed off, but in the end, he did make the right call.
Right.
And Kristen's character vouched for him. So I don't feel like he is someone that needs to be locked up just for punching a cop, but I need to know, I kind of want to know what the normal punishment would be too.
Okay. So
whether or not I could just let him off.
right.
Well, you're
I
the
guess
guard captain. You
I
can
guess
let
my
anyone off
question
you want.
is, are you more concerned with like the local laws, like what the locals or the natives here would do, the Varta, the people from Gostvik, or what Imperium law would normally be?
I'm worried more about Imperium law.
Okay.
Because he assaulted me in front of my guard, essentially.
Yes.
I can't just let him go because that would set a precedent.
Right. So I think this sounds like an OB2 rule of law test. That covers common law. It's pretty obvious that this is like this would be covered jurisdictionally. Like, you know that this would be covered under common laws. But what the specific law is, you may not know. I think if you fail this test, then I
Yeah, I don't exactly know.
Well, I think you're gonna have to, like, you're gonna have to like make a judgment call, right? Like, if you succeed, then you're going to know like what the actual proper laws in this situation are.
Okay.
If you fail, then you're gonna have to make a judgment call, like on the spot, and there's a good chance that you could be wrong.
And it can come to bite me later.
Yes.
Never will a failed roll come to haunt you.
That's fair.
Never.
Okay, so is a skill I do not have.
It is a skill you do not have. So
So
I'm gonna pop open your character sheet on my end here, so if it starts like scrolling around weirdly. So if you look in the section that says being learned, you just click on the add there.
a second here. Stats and skills. There we go. Okay. Rule of law, you said?
Yep. It is rooted in perception.
the box next to it? Perception. Oh, to add a second one. Okay, I see. What do I put for B?
Since it's being learned, it will automatically roll whatever your perception dice are.
Oh, okay, I see.
And then so this is going to be a routine test, which will go to learning it. And since it's already in the being learned section, it will automatically double your ob.
Okay. Excellent.
So yeah, it should ask for your base obstacle, which will be 2, and then it'll.
So it's an ob 2.
Yep, and then it'll automatically double it to 4.
No modifiers. Nothing like a. Can I fork my?
You cannot, because technically beginner's luck tests are stat tests, and you cannot fork into a stat.
Excellent.
I mean, Colin could offer you help. Oh. Yeah. So like, you're as you guys are talking, you're like scrambling like in your brain, I imagine, to remember what the actual rule, like what the actual law is, and just drawing a fucking blank.
Okay.
But he's in jail. You gotta say something.
All right. So here's the deal. I'm gonna let you out, but you are gonna owe me. Oh God, I can't even. Out of character. What? Well, can I give him community service?
Sure. Yeah,
I'll say, Sheriff, I've noted while I'm still in here, there are some voices of discontent outside. Perhaps I could. I am this town priest after all. Perhaps I could speak to them and calm their hearts and get them to return home.
It's going to be more than that, but that'll be a start. I just kind of motioned to the jailkeeper to let him out.
Yeah, and he shrugs. I mean, he's another soldier, right? Like, you guys aren't actually like proper guardsmen. You're just
this was a ramshackle kind of thing thrown together.
Yeah. So yeah, he shrugs his shoulders and he's like, "All right, yes, my lord," and comes over and unlocks the gate.
I'm the lord.
Squeals as it opens up.
I don't even look back. I just start walking forward and say, "Come on." Lead him out to the gate.
Nice. I'm going to Kristen, I'm assuming that you've scripted.
Probably poorly, but yeah, I did it.
That is okay. I just realized it's been so long since we played Burning Wheel that we forgot the most important part of the Duel of Wits, which is figuring out our body of argument.
Oh, I thought maybe it was the theme music.
So his statement of purpose is like, he just wants you to go out and fucking make this announcement, right? Like, don't argue with me.
You all will starve this winter.
Right.
Have a good day.
Yeah, but like, he's putting it on you because he thinks it'll sound better coming from you.
Because I'll sugarcoat that.
That's right. So that's his statement of purpose. What is it? What are you after?
I want him to agree to give, like, my people land.
All right.
Like, not just make it a free-for-all for the settlers, is the rest of that sentiment.
Quick question before I forget.
Yes.
I did use fate on my speed test last session, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I would put that next to my speed.
Yeah. Yeah, you would yep, mark that you've spent 1 on speed, 1 fate.
I think I spent. Oh no, I spent 1 on brawling too.
Yep.
That's right. And I think you spent some on speed as well.
Yes. All right. So there's just the 2 of you guys in here right now, right? There's not really an audience, nothing going on. So he's going to be using persuasion for.
I
for his
was
buddy.
planning on using persuasion too.
Okay, so you can go ahead and roll yours first. Just set the odd 1. It doesn't really matter.
Four successes.
4 successes.
And that gets added to will, right?
Yes, and that becomes your body of argument.
So 10.
Damn.
Oof. She's persuasive.
She is. He's
Yeah,
also
but I can't hit shit.
He's also
go.
using persuasion, but his isn't that high. Oh, sorry, that was my mistake. I accidentally hit a 1 there. Let me re-roll that, because otherwise it will not be fair. Same thing. So he's got a 7.
All right.
BOA of 7.
Have you scripted?
I have scripted. So, volley 1. I have a point.
I have an insight.
A point versus insight? Damn.
I was hoping you went for rebuttal, but I wasn't sure what that would do. But I think that means that I have to beat your will.
Yes. I think the point goes first, because if you successfully incite me, I lose my next action, right? I have to hesitate for the next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So we'll do point, and then you are welcome to incite him.
All right.
Yeah. So he picks up a just a handful of papers, right, and like passes them to you, and he's like, "These are the tallies that we have. This is how much food there is," and like holds up another one. This is how many mouths I have to feed for my army, because there is nobody else here to maintain order. Pulls out another one. These are how many families with children have come to farm these lands. And he pulls out one last one, and he slams it on the desk, and is like, these are how many of your people are left. They are not contributing to the Imperium. That is why their rations will be lower.
You're such a dick!
What a dick!
Did I seriously just get it? Oh no, that's a 1.
You got 1?
Yep, got 1.
So I'm down to 9.
Down to 9.
All right. The only insight skill I have is falsehood.
Okay.
So that's cool. And I'm going to work on.
Whoops.
I'm going to try and fork in town ones.
Okay.
Just history might be the right fork. Look, all the facts, ignoring everything that put us into this situation to begin with. How long? You guys have been here, what, 5 months?
Just a little over a year.
Okay. Oh, that kind of blows my falsehood point out of the water.
You'd always try to seduce him.
I don't have seduction.
What a great opportunity to open
This is a horrible opportunity to open it.
it.
Have his people have been kind of abject failures at farming, or
It's more that they didn't all come here at once. Like they came here like a little bit at a time. So there just hasn't been enough time for them to get productive farms that get good yields.
okay, yeah. So look, even ignoring the fact that we would have been fine this winter on our own, given how conditions were before you showed up, every one of your people that have shown up to farm this land have proven to be failures on land that we traditionally have had high yields from. Therefore, your people cannot farm, and they have put us in this situation. Now, look, historically, my people have done a fantastic job. We have never faced a famine before.
Yes, it does, Matt.
Yeah, if you gave us the land, we can fend for ourselves. I know we can do it. We've proven we've been able to do it. Your people have proven nothing but failure. They can't sustain the land that you have taken from us. You don't want people to starve. I don't want people to starve. All you have to do is give us land to feed ourselves.
Okay.
And I'm gonna throw a sorry, the little blue ping in the chat is
Sorry.
like what? And I'm gonna throw a persona into that. Oh, not a 20 modifier. Oh goodness.
Someone's gonna win.
Oops. Oh, I did it wrong.
That's okay. Go ahead.
So it's 1 for the fork and 1 for the Arda.
Yes. And his will is his will is 4.
Oh, that's not bad.
Nope.
I couldn't find his character, so I looked at mine. I'm like, my will is 6. This will never work.
For some reason, I can't pull anybody else's characters up in the.
What?
Oh.
What?
My
Yeah,
God.
Sean,
Jesus.
Dustin, Sean doesn't
Christ.
have them allowed for other people to read right now.
Okay.
Ouch.
That's Hang on a
Yeah.
hang on.
Random number generation just got you hosed.
Hang on. I have some cool traits, but I don't know where they are.
First page, bottom of the first page.
Yeah, I have traits as
Why?
well. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Hang on. I don't know why we have to do this all on a computer. I like my dice.
I'm sorry.
I like
Well, I mean-
pencils.
I mean, we could just leave and you guys can play with each other. I mean,
Well, we don't do that on camera. Not for free.
oh, not yet. Anyway,
Not for free. Yeah.
I think I have a trait that would let me re-roll that.
You
But
have charismatic, which does persuasion or oratory, but you have to pick which one it is.
and I think I went with, I can't remember. I wrote it down. But then isn't
One of them, I think, thick skin makes it harder for people to incite you because insults just kind of roll off of you. And I want to say cool-headed reduced hesitation, or did it give you extra points in Duel of Wits?
I have this book right here. I can look.
I'm trying. I'm just bad at indexes.
Cool-headed, you said?
Yeah, cool-headed and thick skin.
Cool-headed. Reduce hesitation from surprise and fear. No, nothing in Duel of Wits.
Yeah, inside actions in Duel of Wits against you are +2 op. So they would need to get an
Well,
8.
gosh darn it.
You are
Yeah,
unflappable.
I took persuasion. No, I didn't specify. Did you? You put all this in here. Oh, you just wrote choose. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't choose till it came up for me, so maybe that's kind of how it worked with you.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, I failed that. So I failed by 3, so that gets added to my next.
That gives me 3 advantage dice on my next action.
That's harsh.
Yeah. If the insight fails, the margin of failure is added as advantage dice to the opponent's next test.
I hope you burn in hell.
Things are going not well for you right now.
What do you have in your second volley?
Point.
Point. Why don't you go ahead and make
Point.
your point first?
I don't like that.
Point taken.
He's got a point.
Yeah. Look, Dominus, I just don't think.
Did you just say Dominus like dumbass?
I don't think that we have to resort to starving people. You know, I know that that's the last thing I want, and it should be the last thing you want. I know your priest, he doesn't want that. You know, and I think if you give us a chance, we can avoid it altogether. I accept that there will be some rationing, but if you even approach the possibility of ceasing this grab of our farms from the people who are here, give us a place to be where they can feel safe, where they can farm, where they can ranch and provide for themselves, then you're not going to have this constant trouble on your hands. You know, give them a sign that you respect them as people and as the citizens that you are trying to convince them to be.
Okay.
Bitch.
Bitch.
Well, you have to
Bitch.
end each one with bitch.
You don't get to add that unless you're dismissing.
Bitch.
Bitch. Okay, so that'll be another persuasion.
Yep.
I don't really think that there's anything applicable that could be forked into that. So, it's just a straight persuasion roll?
Yep. Straight ob 1 plus any Arda that you want to spend.
3.
3. You do have a 6. If you hover your mouse
Oh,
over your
I'll spend the
successes.
fate. Yeah, how do I spend the fate?
You just all right, on the left-hand side, you see the little of your screen.
Yes.
There's the little die icon. Looks like a 20-sided die.
Yeah, because they hate us.
Just go ahead and roll. Yep, a D6. Holy shit, that's another 6.
So hit it again?
Yep.
Hit that!
Oh,
So 4 successes.
4 successes. Damn, that's gonna take me down to 3.
Down by half, bitch, bitch, bitch.
Uh,
Sorry.
I
You
also
just wait. He's got a volley coming.
Yeah. Sorry, down by 4 is what I should have said. Yeah, so he also has a point. And he's, you know, he just kind of looks at you and he's like, I can't believe you're trying to put this failure on me. If your people had submitted like loyal subjects of the Imperium, which you legally are, these lands belonged to us. Just because nobody had been here to enforce the rules didn't mean the rules didn't apply to you. If your people had chosen to keep their plows in their hands instead of picking up swords, we wouldn't be in this situation. This is temporary. As soon as things are back to normal, then any rations will be lifted. You will be free to enjoy the fruits of your labor. But for now, it is on you to make sure your people do their part to uphold the laws and the well-being of the Empire.
By starving.
By starving. So this is persuasion, and he's got 3 extra dice.
Is this a dismiss?
No, it's because she failed her insight.
To the second one. Okay.
I got 1. You got to be fucking kidding me. 1 success. Jesus.
So I'm down to 8.
You are down to 8.
It's not a 6.
Okay, I have a
Wow,
rebuttal.
Shaun.
I have a point.
What a phenomenal...
That was an awful roll.
Bring your point, bitch.
He says, "Look, I understand that this is difficult. I do. I take no pleasure in this. But I cannot justify sacrificing my men, who, if left to starve, if left to go hungry, are going to take it out on those who took up arms against them. This is how armies behave. I know it seems like I'm being unduly cruel, but I am trying to save your people greater harm."
If you're telling me that if your army has to stretch a little, they're just going to go out and massacre my people, then clearly you're not as good of a leader as you think you are.
Jesus.
You know, you know, and look, I'm not asking you to change the rations. I haven't asked for that once. You're not listening to what I am asking, and that is for you to give us land. I didn't ask you to change this. I didn't say I wouldn't go and tell them. I asked you to give us a fighting chance. There are farms out there that are unclaimed and unworked that you could give to my people so that we could have a fighting chance on our own.
Okay. So he's going to be rolling perception. Or not perception, sorry, persuasion. I don't get any extra dice this time.
What did Kristen pick?
Rebuttal.
Rebuttal.
Oh.
So how many of your dice are going to offense and how many are going to defense? And what skill are you using?
Persuasion.
Persuasion, okay.
And I was hoping to fork town-wise
Okay.
for knowing what is being used and what isn't.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's more. Okay, so I have 6, and I'll do 2 and 3. 2 to defense.
2 to
3 to
defense,
offense.
3 offense. Okay.
Wait, I can't do math. 2 to defense, 4 to offense.
Okay. 2 and 4. There we go. So I'm rolling persuasion. Did I already roll that?
No, that's your last one.
Okay.
It's your last terrible, terrible roll.
My last awful roll. There we go.
Don't forget, this whole thing started with her.
Wow.
4? Fuck.
3 sixes?
3 sixes.
Good lord.
I'm spending our.
John, can we get you to, like, bring the rolls to a normal level?
Sorry, ignore that. I hit the wrong button.
I thought that was one of Sean's re-rolls.
No.
For,
No, not yet. And I don't know why it says 0. Oh yeah, because I forgot to flip this. That's stupid. That's 3 with 2 more 6s.
Ugh.
So you're up to
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8.
God damn. All right, so I'm gonna roll my defense.
Yep.
ridiculous.
You're
So I got 2 4s.
2 4s, so that brings me down to 6.
Yep.
And you get to log that as How many? You had 6 dice total?
Yeah. So it's routine, right?
Uh,
Or is it against your 8?
it's the 2 dice versus the 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be a challenge.
Yeah.
It doesn't be much more challenging
Okay.
than that.
And then I'm going to throw in my last persona and roll the last 5
Okay.
d6s. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but whatever.
That's fine.
1, 2. 2 more. So you're down to 1.
I'm down to 1, and you're down to what, 2?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you got 8, right?
Yeah.
I'm down to 2.
God damn.
Wait, hang on. Oh, I didn't get any 6s, so we're good.
Okay. So we're gonna script our second volley.
I script dismiss.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me what you're gonna script.
What is it that beats dismiss?
Faint? No.
There's no erasing on this board. I'm just like
I
waiting.
don't think there is
it
a
out.
defense against it, Dustin, but if she doesn't take him out with the dismiss, she has to hesitate her next action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So while we're scripting, maybe do this.
Oh, hang on. I don't think I have a dismiss skill. This character is shit. We must burn her. I will not dismiss.
Don't you have oratory?
I have oratory, but there's nobody in the room.
Yeah, you can't just arbitrarily use it. Like,
I mean, I can address the room, but I'll
you
look
can
like a crazy person.
you can also beginner's luck stuff. Like,
No.
you're welcome to do that. Meanwhile, in the shrine, Fianna and Saxa are sitting there. So the sort of central keep in this town is sitting at the top of a hill, and it's gotten later in the day, so like you can hear kind of wafting up the hill, like kind of just the sounds of the town, but there's also still like just a handful of people that have stayed at the gate, waiting to hear news, and you can hear them like shouting back and forth at the guards, demanding answers. It's not like they're right up against you, but every time like the voices get loud, Saxa kind of like, tries to cuddle up or curl up into the corner a little bit more. And she looks over at you, and she's like, I don't. How are you gonna get me out of here? What are we going to do?
Did she hear any of the conversation that Yezi had with the resistance people about how we're going to get her out?
I'd assume that she didn't. Like, I assume
But
that
she would have heard the one with Dustin's tune.
Okay.
I think. I assume as much.
yeah, because you guys were all in the same room at that point.
Yeah.
And it started out fairly heated, so it wasn't quiet by any means.
Right.
So can you trust people to do it? Maybe you need to do the ancestors to help you, Nicole.
I'll tell her
Ooh.
that we're going to have the resistance help get her out, along with the guidance of the ancestors will guide them through the forest and protect them. Hopefully.
Depending on, roles.
It always ends well for me.
She'll be possessed, no big deal.
It's
Our
fine.
little girl will.
Yeah, she's like, when the fighting started, I knew that things were going to be bad, but I didn't I didn't know. I just didn't know. And at this point, you hear kind of a banging on your door. Saxa like jumps and stares at the door.
I'm going to tuck her away within in the back where some of the newer bodies are held.
Jesus. I forgot about the bodies.
Yeah, they don't seem to bother Saxa at all because this is.
And it doesn't bother the bodies one bit.
Yeah, right.
No.
They don't
They're
care.
totally fine with it.
Well, even if they do, they're not going to say anything.
Right.
Because they're polite.
Exactly.
Like good dead bodies.
Yeah.
The Varta know how to be dead. They're good at that.
Very good.
No, that came out pretty bad. I apologize.
You should, after the genocide of my people.
For real, though. I'll hide her within the bodies.
Okay. She goes along with it. She yeah.
She gets it.
Totally. She
I'll
totally
file.
understands.
And I'll go answer the door, I suppose. I'll, wrap myself up in, my finery of whatever the hell robes I have laying around.
Is there some kind of I don't want to say uniform, but
Yeah, I would think so.
okay.
And then maybe grab, a femur on my way by to the door.
Just in case. Just in case. Yeah.
Just the spare femur you had lying around.
Right.
The ancestors protect us here.
That's right.
Yeah. As club, that's
sometimes
okay,
it's
whatever.
ghosts.
Just grab a body as a melee weapon. Watch me hit this dude with another dude.
Hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Yeah.
What
So
you
you open the door with your club. Are you hiding it behind you or open the door with it?
I'll have it tucked to my side.
Okay.
I'll be kind of standing at the
Down
door.
the front of her pants.
Is that my grandfather's femur, or are you happy to see me?
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah. So when you open the door, outside is an older man. He's kind of standing out there in the fading afternoon, and he's kind of hunched and bent. He's not really that old physically. His beard is starting to go gray, but it just he's just kind of feeble looking. But you do recognize him. His name is Gwynam, and he is another one of the speakers to the ancients.
Oh, good.
He's my buddy. Not.
I don't have to hit nobody with a femur.
And he kind of looks at you and he says, "Fianna."
What was it? Gwynwyn?
Gwynam.
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 That was close. What brings you to my temple?
He says, "I have a matter to discuss with you. If you have the time."
Were we friendly?
You knew each other. He's always been a little bit standoffish and cold, but he knows his duties and he does them well. He helped a lot with the resistance in the early, when the fighting first started. He actually got injured in one of the battles.
Okay.
But then he's not exactly an outlaw, but he's kind of stayed at the edges of society, if that makes sense. Helping out the common folk when he can.
Okay.
But yeah, Uh, and he may I come in?
I will bring him inside, still shielding my femur.
Yeah, and he kind of gives you the side eye as you do, and he comes over to like just a yeah. There's like a handful of like there's the piles of bones that the bodies have either like they've been there. They're older corpses, so they've been there for a while and were unclaimed, or you know, people who had died in a battle, and like just, sometimes there's limbs you don't know whose they are. And he
Femurs everywhere.
He kind of takes his walking staff and like gently scoots them to the side before he sits down. And he says, I see that you are still tending to the Jarl's household.
I can't abandon them.
They seem to have no problem abandoning us.
Well, the Jarl was killed along with his son, so I wouldn't necessarily call it abandonment.
And his wife was not.
True.
She lives in the interloper's house, which he's stolen.
Her house? She does still live at her house.
This does not seem strange to you?
I imagine that she's not really free to go anywhere at this point. She still has younger children to think of.
The ancestors would take care of her. Was she loyal? In this life or the next?
I imagine this isn't what you came to talk about.
Damn. That's Nicole for you.
I am dismissive.
Yeah, his face, like, it looks like he sucked on took an unexpected bite of lemon when you say that.
I'm the fun combination of dismissive, and frustrated. So,
Nice.
Great.
He's like, no, that is not what I have come here to talk to you about. I've come to talk to you about something much, much more insidious. He says, you know, some of our own have been listening to these interlopers' words. They prey on our children.
yes, I've noticed.
Yep, I'm a prayer, all right.
We eat children? When did that start?
That's my priest joke for the night. Thank you.
He says, you still have the Jarl's widow's ear. Not literally.
Right
He
over
like
there,
looks
I can
around,
see
not
it.
literally. But
We do love a good dead body joke.
Cadaver jokes are the best.
they're the best. They are the best. Look, if she is still loyal, then it would behoove her to advocate for the spiritual well-being of our people. Yes?
I agree.
He's-
And I believe that she still is loyal.
Good. Then you'll agree that we should convince her to have these interloper charlatans espousing false doctrine cast from our midst.
I want to give him a pamphlet on the path of virtue. Just...
And how do you exactly think you're going to go about this? Because to get rid of the interlopers, you're going to have to get rid of the Dominus.
I'm no fool. I fought against them, remember? And he lifts up part of his robes up to about his knee, and you can see that he's just got like this probably fist-sized chunk like that's missing from his calf. That's all like just scarred, like he took a sword or an axe or something.
Femur.
Or a femur, sharpened. It was a nasty wound. And he's like, I have no doubt that getting rid of their soldiers will be difficult at best, though there are some who have plans. But it is not them that I am concerned with right now. Do you know the child Chadwick?
Sure.
There's lots of people in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, no, he's like, no, that's all right. I see you don't. Well, no matter. He's taken up with this snake in priest's robes that's come in.
The one that punched the sheriff?
Yes.
Words
the
got
fool.
around, huh?
Snake and priest robes. I like it.
Yeah, he's like, you don't believe for a moment that this will be the first, do you?
Children can be easily swayed.
They can. People can be easily swayed. Some ideas are like a pox. They call us blasphemers, you know this. They say we truck with evil spirits. They have no respect for our ancestors.
I know they definitely fear us.
Speak to the Jarl's widow. Ask her to denounce him.
Okay.
Whatever ends this conversation, I'll agree with you.
Wow. I like the well-spoken, very well thought out spiel from Shaun, and then Nicole. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like she wants to kick me out too.
Well, yes, I want to get rid of the new priest. I mean, that's an obvious thing, but unless I kill him and drag him off myself.
I feel like Matt's character may not be long for this world.
These sorts of things are not a problem if you have the faithful on your side.
And we just had a child kill for her faith, so...
I've heard. She's a hero to her people. And he like kind of stands up and kind of like starts shuffling his way to the door. And he's like, I have duties to attend to. Fianna, I hope you will think on what I've said. This is our people I am thinking of. Yes?
Of course.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, damn, hyper fingers person.
My God, Nicole.
Yeah, and he like he stands up and he's like, next time we should I should probably think to bring tea or something. I'm not very good at this. Then he shovels towards the door.
Said the spiritual leader.
We talk to dead people, not alive.
That's
people.
right. Between
Aren't you supposed to guide the alive people? Like,
Towards the dead people.
That's ominous.
That moment, the conversations with dead people are less awkward than that was.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna jump back to the Duel of Wits here. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm not hosing anybody.
You're doing fine, man.
All right.
No worries.
this will be over fast. It's fine.
Dismiss versus dismiss.
I don't have any dismiss, and I'm not opening anything right.
What's your first
Point.
volley?
Ow! Point.
Point. I do have a dismiss.
So sharp, you have to say "ow" at that point.
I think there's a mosquito under my desk. It's biting me. Good now. Good. I have a point.
Point versus dismiss. Go ahead and make your point.
Look, like I said, there's no point in consigning my people to starvation when we have this land, and you can decide right now, do you want to be the cruel ruler who does that, who robs women and children who have lost everything of food, or do you want to be the hero who gives them the means to provide for themselves? One of these is going to win you loyal followers, and the other will only end in blood.
Okay. He walks around to the other side of his desk, his quote unquote his desk, as you're talking, and he when you're like, do you want to be the hero? He fucking spins around, and he's just like, I am already the hero here. I have brought this place to heal under the laws of the Imperium. I have done everything that I am duty bound to do. I did not ask you here to negotiate with me. I asked you here to give you a command as your Dominus to obey. That is all I want you to do. You're dismissed. I didn't even think about that as the actual dismiss action. But it is appropriate since he's using command.
Bravo.
Go ahead and roll your point, because this is not a versus test.
Oh my god. 2. So you're
2
out.
successes. That gets me to
-1.
-1. He has a good command. Being, a commander. And all. Hang on, I forgot. He's dismissing.
Waits on bated breath.
That's 2 extra dice. Four.
And a 6.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend. So we both lost that Duel of Wits.
A lot.
Yeah, we're we're both knocked down below 0 in the last volley. I think either we both win or nobody wins. I feel like it.
Nobody wins is always.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's a way for both of you to win.
Well, no, because he could like he could grant.
Well, and I never said no,
No,
to
you
what
didn't.
he asked me to do.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
I know what I want, so I'm gonna leave this in your hands.
Go ahead. Go ahead and tell me.
Well, no, I of course I want us both to win.
Right. And that seems like I don't see another way out of that.
Because the option for us to both not get our way is for me to just outright refuse.
That is true.
Like, do your own dirty work.
Yeah, and that's that's kind of an option too.
Okay, look, Josh, I don't have control of my camera. All right, I don't need your sass.
It does look like you're all up in that camera's business on the
Back
Twitch
the
stream.
fuck off and blame Shaun. Blame Shaun.
It's my fault.
It's not
It's my
my
fault.
fault.
I thought this would be better, and I was wrong. Like
Well,
the
we haven't
visual
had
quality
connection
is
issues.
significantly better, but I did not expect Kristen to only be from here up.
She's not even like that. She's like, it's half the
mostly-
time she's off in the corner.
I'm at the edge of my desk, on the edge of my seat, like trying to just maintain this upper square. I think I can.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, no, I think both winning is absolutely right, but it should feel like both of us have to lose. So he's
Is he like, you're dismissed and I just keep standing there?
That would be a pretty baller move.
yeah, like you don't move and he just sits there and grinds his teeth for a second and then like just angrily like yanks open a drawer and slaps a piece of parchment down on the desk, and he's like, "Fine, if you wish to work these unclaimed parcels of land, I will grant them." And he's writing just furiously, and flips it around to you to sign. And as you pick it up, you see that it's it does grant grant titles to some of the unclaimed places in the territory to the Vartan men of your culture. It
Is there like a
specifically-
catch?
No, it specifically says to the men and their families.
What's the implication you're getting
Because
at there?
most of your men died in the fighting.
Yeah, but like it
Damn.
includes the families.
Yeah, it does. But
It's not like it's just that extra little like, fuck you.
yeah, and it's also like legally, it's almost like he's giving you permission to work it, but he's denying full ownership in most cases. Like it's a fuck you. You can farm this, but it's not really yours.
It's as good as it's gonna get for now. Yeah, she'll sign it, and then smile oh so sweetly as she hands it back.
He takes it and like gives it the once over, and then he's like puts his seal on it. There, now it's official. go and tell your people that their food is being rationed.
Thank you, Dominus. I will sing your praises to my remaining citizens. I like walk out like thinking that my naked ass has been on that desk before. In my house, bitch.
You are in my house, bitches.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, she like gets out and she's just like, like just gets control of herself. She's like, I didn't hit him. Cool. I did not hit him.
You did better than I did.
Well, one of us is a moral leader to our people.
You know, it's
Oh.
shots fired.
So back out in the village or out by the gates, Colin, Father Colin, and Aldwin, you guys find yourselves outside. Like I said, there's like a handful of people, kind of out there. Like the big mob has dispersed. So the guards that are there aren't, like, they're not having any problems like dealing with angry people with torches and pitchforks. But yeah, they have been like hanging out and waiting for kind of the official news. They don't look happy. They look agitated.
Does
I
any
kind
one
of-
of them seem to be in charge?
What's that?
Does any one of them seem to be like the lead agitator?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, there is one that is kind of the lead agitator. It's a woman.
Is it the dude's wife?
Yes, it is.
I got
Dude's
this.
wife.
Her name is Stadia Panza.
Has she been to my church before? Do I recognize her?
Oh yes, yeah. You do. She actually stands out in this crowd. Her nobody here looks particularly wealthy. I mean, they're all people that came, to work the land, to get second chances, or because they didn't really have much back in whatever part of the Imperium they came from. But the what were there? Sorry, I lost my notes here. Shit, where'd they go? There it is. The Panzas, the husband was like
Bless you, Matt.
Thank you.
like a third or fourth son of a fairly wealthy and connected family. So they've got a little bit of extra money. Like her clothes are just a little bit nicer. She's got a like kind of an infant at her hip that she's holding. But she's been there. She's been waiting. And everybody seems to be deferring to her.
I'll walk up to her kind of like, I wouldn't at church in my priestly manner. And what'd you say her name was?
Her name is Stadia.
Okay, I'll say Stadia, and he'll kind of look around and kind of play the part of an idiot for the moment and be like, "What? Why are you here? Why? What is with these people? What's happening?"
She looks at you, and you can see that like she's been crying all day. Like her eyes are all puffy and red. And when you're like, what's going on? She narrows her eyes, and she's like, Father Colin, I would expect, as the spiritual leader of this town, to know these things. My husband was murdered, and we've had no word as to the fate of the criminal who is
Shit, I forgot her name already. I gotta write it down.
Saxa.
No.
Oh,
The lady who I'm talking to, Stadia. I'll write this shit down. He'll kind of give like a small nod and say, "I apologize, Stadia. I understood that. I mean, why are you here? What good can your presence do here?"
She looks over. Are you in view, Aldwin?
I would assume. I sort of escorted him to the gate. I imagine if he is talking with her directly, that I would have to. Excuse me. I would have had to open the gate for him, unless he's up on the.
I'd prefer to approach her directly, like face to face.
I would have let him out, and I'd be standing at the gate with a couple of my guards.
Yeah, and like so she turns like and kind of looks over your shoulder at Aldwin and gestures with her chin because her hands are busy holding up this squirming child. And she's like, I would have expected him to come out and hang the wench from the walls by this point.
I don't react to it. I just stand there and I watch.
And then she turns to you and she's like, Have you come to talk some sense into him? He is supposed to be the law here.
I kind of blanch when he says to hang her from the walls, like, oh, let's not talk about, my priestly ears, that's too dark for my, that kind of thing. And I'll say, it is regrettable, but you and I both know that the guard captain is doing what he can to make sure that proper justice is met out and not just vengeance. And he'll like quote something randomly out of the book of virtue about some people that were just demanding vengeance, and then moral of the story, it didn't work out so well, kind of thing,
Yeah, scripture wise.
And be like,
Yes,
and at this point when he starts sermonizing, he's addressing the whole crowd, and is like, you must have faith that true justice will be served. Remember, it is not our place as men and women to seek vengeance or what sort of justice should happen. That comes from above. That is the privilege of the divine only. If you stay here, if you continue to dwell here, no good can happen. Only more anger can continue to grow. And he's trying to like talk these people into calming down and just leaving it to the professionals and going home and going about their business and do the goodly things you can of tilling your earth and being with your neighbor or your friends or whoever you have, and that kind of thing.
Right.
And he's addressing the whole crowd.
Sweet. So it sounds like a oratory.
Yes, sir. With a
suasion fork.
Suasion, and I was hoping some doctrine, throwing in the talking about just this and that and the other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your stream go down, Shaun?
What's that?
Your stream went down, or I lost it.
It's still up for me.
Oh, okay, never mind.
All right.
It says it's good.
Interesting.
Um,
Oh, there it goes.
Cool.
So observation, and I'm forking in, or not observation, oratory, and I might have clicked the wrong one. With a doctrine and a suasion fork.
Okay.
Does the sheriff want to say anything over my shoulder and help this out?
Yeah, you can help if you would like.
The good sheriff is just trying to do his best, people.
I'm not a very motivational kind of guy.
It worked so well last time you addressed the crowd.
Well, I wasn't being motivational. I was being very dismissive and belittling.
I was gonna say, I mean, you could help with like command and tell everybody to go home, be authoritative.
Is that
Listen
helping
to the
his
priest.
situation?
Go home, you assholes.
I didn't say it was helping. I'm just saying that's a thing you can do.
I was gonna say, because I'm aware I can do that, but
No, like you're welcome to help if you have a way that you would like to, but
You
it's
could
not
circle. You could circle up your brother and have him come and pull your ass out of the fire again.
oh fuck!
Oh, no, right now. Yeah.
Fucking ouch! Why?
It took me
Why you
longer than
gotta
I
do
care to
this to
admit
me?
to realize that. Christian was
Can
joking.
I just walk up behind him in a kind of menacing tone, like that they're not welcome, and possibly use it as a way to intimidate them to leave? Or are you looking for something a little more direct?
I mean, you can do that. It's going to color failure. If you want to intimidate people into going away.
The priest is going to look oblivious to the fact that someone's trying to be threatening over his shoulder. He's trying to play good priest, bad cop. So
Okay, I'm on it. Let's do that. I help by trying to kind of look like the mean old bouncer behind him.
Okay.
Kind of just glare like, you're not welcome here. You need to leave.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay.
You can't stay here.
Okay.
last call for lynch mobs.
We'll see, because if the failure happens there, Matt, I may have just amped this up to a bad place.
Oh, it's about to get. I must start throwing my punches again.
I'm gonna throw Kristen at him.
What's my ob, sir?
Your ob is 4. It's 3.
Oh.
Like they're the average will is 3. But it's there's the +1 ob comes from the fact that this is like they're pissed, they are angry, and they want to.
This is the core angry group that didn't leave when the cop or when the Dominus told them to leave. Okay.
This is the victim's wife and her closest allies here.
Does it have to be a B5 to give 2 helping dice?
Yes.
Is that how it is? Okay. No, I'm only B4 in intimidation, so never mind.
But you get to just log that B4 test right now, or that OB4 test right now. You don't even have to roll anything.
Should be
difficult, I think.
what I was gonna say.
Routine, difficult, challenging. Yeah.
Not so much.
You guys are fantastic at getting this kind of
I
fuck off.
love you people. I love you
Hey,
so much.
hey, Kristen, how did that insight go? Just curious how that went for you with the Fuel of Wits.
Look, I still got what I wanted, so you can suck my dick.
So
that's
Cole's over here
fine.
going,
Yeah,
you
can
can't
suck
fail
her
the
dick
dice
if you're-
roll if you just say okay and
Or-
don't roll.
Dismiss.
That's, you can only do 2. Dismiss, hesitate, dismiss.
Is there anything you could do to help that roll? Probably not, huh?
I'd love to. Wait, hang on. Is this oratory? Hang on. I don't think so. Because my poker face for falsehood. I could use my luck this session,
Well, yeah, you have luck.
but
Wouldn't help. You only reroll 1 thing, though, right?
no, I'd reroll my failed dice, which is 4 dice. Why
I feel
not?
like
I'm
this
not.
is a good situation for that.
I'm not rolling much else. Greater than. And look at that.
Damn. You bounce back with luck. How like
That's
what?
a good question. Is how does it look like lucky, right? Like, so so okay, so it's not even me, right, that triggers it. Like, Stacia is about to say something for like scream, get him, or something, whatever she's about to do, and then like her baby starts hungry crying. And that mom instinct just snaps her out of everything else that's going on right at that moment, and she has to she focuses on baby.
She realizes that she can't start a fight when she's got a child here.
Yep.
You could still start a fight.
Well,
She's just choosing not to.
She'd be a bad mom.
Yeah. So no, absolutely. The baby starts crying like right as she's about to start in on you guys.
And I see that like as causing just like that's the last straw. She's distraught. I mean, if you don't mind me hopping.
No,
in
go
here.
ahead. Yeah.
Like she's already distraught. Her husband's died. She's in a new land and they're not doing well and they were already struggling. And like her baby cries and that just breaks her. She just crumbles.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Like she does. A couple of people like catch her before she hits before she actually hits the ground, because like this has just been an exhausting and traumatic day for her, and her rage was kind of the only thing keeping her going up to this point. She looks up and she's just like, she's like through the tears, just being like, please don't. Just bring her to justice. And like everybody kind of gets her, like gathers her up, and one of them as they're like kind of leading her away, leans back and is like, thank you, Father. I don't know what we'd do if you weren't here to minister to the people.
I put my hand on that person's shoulder and I say, I'm just doing what we all must to survive this place, my child. But help her if you can. I know we're already spread thin, but she'll need help to keep her farmstead until she gets back on her feet. And if you need any extra help with that, let me know. I'll do what I can here. And I kind of pat him on the shoulder.
Yeah, of course, Father, of course. And then like he kind of joins up with the rest of the group and helps her down the hill. What are you guys doing now?
I look at I look at the guard captain and I kind of like.
Well, you kind of turn around and I'm right there.
and I look at you and I look at them and I'm kind of like, like what I did, like an unpriestly like,
And I kind of look at him and go, "You're free to go." And all I do is I walk away. I'm gonna head towards the not tomb.
Oh, the to the temple, to the shrine.
Yes.
To the holy site.
I think that's where I last saw Yezi going, so I was gonna head there as well.
Nice.
You got a situation brewing behind you, Matt.
Is it a cat situation?
Oh, they're in Fort Kickass.
Okay. Fort Kickass.
I saw a Black Panther attacking what appeared to be a cloud.
Yeah, that's Oliver and Percy.
Kristen, where was Yezi going? Like I know everybody else seems to be converging on the temple, but I can't hear you.
I've been talking a lot.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
You've been muted. You've been quiet for ever since your whole talking about her breaking down. You've been dead quiet.
Yeah, because the pencil sharpener is electric, and I didn't think you wanted to listen to that. I was looking out for you, and you're welcome.
Well, we appreciate it.
No, I thought that would be kind of a good place to like bring everyone together.
Okay.
On the way there, though, like I want to have like one of the. Doesn't matter where I put my hands because no one can fucking see it.
I can't.
You guys can.
Left hand.
I want to have one of the house servants or like one of my personal people or whatever with me, like as I go in and be like, hey, like I need you to get word out to everyone else that we still have here, all of our survivors, all of our original town people. I need to have a meeting with them, a town hall, whatever you want to call it. Just bring everyone together. You know, I'll bring Fianna and whoever else I can wrangle up, and we just need to discuss the coming winter. And I'm clutching like my copy of the papers, the deeds.
Right. The servant is like, of course, my lady. When should I tell them? When and where? The sort of the traditional like meeting place. There's in what serves as the town square. There's sort of a set of standing stones. Kind of like imagine Stonehenge-ish, like just a ring of like big monolithic stones, and the village is kind of built around that.
Okay. I'm like, well, I think that tempers are a bit high right now. It's probably not safe for us to gather in mass in public. Tomorrow evening should be just fine. Nothing will change before then.
Of course, my lady. I'll put the word out at once.
Yep. Show up the temple.
And then, everybody arrives, kind of one by one, at the temple. I think Yezi probably gets there first because she was the closest.
Mm-hmm.
The other two of you were kind of making your way back from the front gates.
Yeah, I checked in with Saxa, and then when the other two come in, I'm like, Colin and Aldwin, I trust that you two have come to some arrangement about your differences.
Yes, and I think it's that he hits harder than I do, and I rub my face.
I crack a small smile.
Yeah, she kind of like gently like touches where you punched Aldwin again. She's like, well, I mean, you still did your damage too. Be proud, son.
Did anybody pull what's her face out of the pile of bodies she was hiding?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
She's literally in a pile of bodies. I think she was just like standing in the back where they hang out, you know?
No, she said she just hit her in the bodies.
Yeah,
This guy
remember
with a
that
pile of
other
dead
creepy
bodies.
guy was there.
Maybe she was hiding in a pile of femurs.
Yeah.
Just
How
femurs.
is the news on the at the gates?
The people are all gone home, including Stadia, the wife of the deceased.
That's great news. That's a good start to putting this behind us.
They realized that, I hope they realized anyways, that anger is less productive than going home and getting their grief out that way.
Good job, Priest. I had a meeting with your brother, Aldwin.
I'm sure that went well.
Well, you know your brother. But I have some news to give to my people tomorrow, and it would be great if we had representation from all sides. Your brother has put it upon me to let my surviving people know that their rations will be reduced this coming winter, disproportionate to anyone else in town.
Kind of just exasperated sigh.
Yeah, and she
Like-
put that out there for a reason. She was like, yeah,
Just
your
like-
brother's fucking starving my people without saying that. But
Yeah,
I did manage to convince him to give at least a token of land to my people so that they might farm and fend for themselves. So it won't be all bad news. I don't think we should have problems. And I just, in the sense of unity and bringing your people and my people together, I think it would be great if we had you and you, Colin, in attendance as well.
I'm taken back a little bit. I'm like, you got him to give them land? I'm like, I look very shocked, almost disbelieving.
Yes, I think if somebody tries to claim it in the future, they won't have much of a claim to put on it. My people, that is. But for now, they will have a spot to call their own.
What time of year is it, Shaun? Real quick.
It's still
Winter is coming.
Wow! All right, stream over.
No,
None.
it's maybe mid-spring, like people are.
So there's
planting.
hope for these our food stores to go up then in time. It's not like late fall. It's like, well, there's nothing we can do now.
No, but the problem is that the previous harvest, were either destroyed in the conflict, where the Varta were pacified, or like there just hasn't been enough time to grow new food. So you're like, everybody's been kind of living on the previous year's harvest, up to this point.
I'll say then perhaps a way to both bring our people together and get the Varta a better share of food is. My church itself is small, but it's on a large field. Perhaps we could bring people together, Varta and whatever the Imperials are called.
The Mediana.
Yes, and perhaps every week we could have a small feast where we share what meager food we have with each other, harvested what we've harvested, what the Varta have hunted, anything, and perhaps that can strengthen relations between our people.
Fianna, how do you feel about that suggestion? I trust you as the spiritual leader of our people.
Any food would be good food at this point. I'd rather people not starve.
I think you're right, Colin. I think that would be a good opportunity. And thank you for that. So we'll bring that up tomorrow as well. Would you like to prepare a speech to give to my people on that matter?
Absolutely.
I think it would breed goodwill should it come from you directly.
Before I go too far, was I there when you said that? No, I wasn't there. We just moved her. So I don't know what's the plan is yet. I kind of, his eyes dart towards saxophone over in the corner, and
Did you call her saxophone?
I said saxophone. Clearly, I pronounced it right. Thank you very much.
Wow.
I was waiting for how long it took to catch that. I'll say, I still fear for the girl's safety here in town. The people still demand justice. I'm hoping with time this will just kind of roll over, or blow over. But I don't think she can stay in the city.
I kind of look at you, Aldwin, because you know what we're up to. Like, if you want to tell him, that's great. I'm not going to. I don't know this clown.
I have femurs at the ready.
Just in case.
We're just
my mind
brushing
was
our
muted.
hands over. I was wondering if you were still there. I don't know because
Yeah, I was having audio problems. My orange blur of an idiot unplugged my headset.
That's his cat. That's
So,
his...
I only caught part of that. What were we talking about? I'm sorry.
Basically, I was like, Matt asked what our plan for somebody in the chat called her Saxa fun.
Sucks fun.
For Saxa is. And I basically said that if you want to tell him what our plan is, because like you can, but I don't know him well enough. So
Do I? Because I don't believe I know of that you're involved with the rebels.
What did we tell you last time? Like we
I
agreed
wasn't
that she had to
there.
get out
I
of-
was arresting Matt.
Oh, that's right.
No, you showed up. You showed up later
I showed up, but it was never
Wait,
discussed
no.
with me.
because we had
Oh yeah, because you
Colonel
had
Obvious.
Obvious, yes.
Yeah, we had Colonel Obvious kicked him out. We were like, we need to get her out of town, and you were like, yes. And I was like, I have a plan.
Oh yeah, but did you divulge what that plan entailed?
Well, probably not.
Just,
Well, then how am I to
just that there's a
explain
plan.
this plan that I don't know?
Okay.
Like
yeah.
as you guys are arguing, like you hear on the door.
It's
Um,
I see this beautiful moment. I see this beautiful moment.
Colin
where,
Colin
both
is probably
of them-
Colin is probably close to the door, and so without thinking and just being polite, he opens it.
I immediately grab my sword.
No femur in hand. I just opened that. baby.
Fianna and
I
I
don't
both
draw
put
it.
a
I
hand
just
on
put
the
my
same-
hand on it.
You put your hands on the same femur.
Oh, my sword.
Multiple femurs. And I'll probably shift in front of the girl.
It's the one
On
close to
that
hand.
pile of femurs.
Put a hand on it and exchange like a nod.
Fuck things up. With the femur.
Solidarity.
As Colin opens the door, it's you see the servant that you had contacted earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you.
Like doesn't even wait for an invitation. Just steps in and like closes the door behind him. And he says,
I'm like,
when I say that it was the one that you talked to before, it was the one that you had contacted about
getting her out.
Yeah.
The rebel.
yeah.
Yeah, like she has this moment of panic because she's like, is he just gonna start talking? Oh my god. Did I pick a fucking idiot?
I kind of look over at her and see she's slightly panicked. And I don't know who this guy is, so I'm gonna kind of step forward and ask him who he is.
I would like to stop him with the femur across the chest.
Whack.
Okay, so
Not like a heart, just like a blocking, like, it's cool.
so Aldwin
I
starts
kind of look at
moving.
you like, what?
Yeah, do you stop or not?
I would imagine I stop because he kind of acted like he's been there before. He shut the door behind him,
Yeah,
And I just touch him with the bone.
but I am still gonna keep my hand on my sword.
yeah. He wasn't really expecting a crowded house. Like he steps in, and I mean, Colin had opened the door, but this dude didn't like it. It wasn't like he's like came in all like keeping an eye on everybody. He's not doors and corners up in here. Like he
Trying to
slips in,
stealth
turns
him.
around like to close the door, so it's not like
Before he even
slammed.
registers who's in the room.
Yeah, and then turns back around and sees like the captain of the guard with his hand on the hilt of his sword, and like the priest of the interlopers, Uh,
On the path of virtue, Shaun. Okay.
sure.
Interloper.
I kind of like interlopers, actually.
And like when he turns around, he looks like he was about to say something, and then just sees like the assembled crowd here, and it's just like, my lady, and he's like,
I'm looking at you, Kristen.
Yeah, she regains her composure super fast. She's like, yes. What was his name again? Did we name him?
we did not name him.
Wilbur.
Okay. No, yeah, she just picks a name. She's like, yes, Marcus, come walk with me outside really quick. Let's take care of
Marcus
matters.
is a good one.
If you'll all excuse me for just a second, I have a matter that needs to be dealt with.
Stand down.
Yeah, and like as you approach, like he kind of opens the door backwards and then like starts.
I imagine I'm probably one of the last people he wanted to see in the first place.
Yeah, and then like keeps looking at everybody as the door closes, like looks at Fianna and then looks over at Saxa and is like kind of gives you that look of like, is everything okay here? Like,
Way to play it natural, dude. Way to play it natural.
and
Am I being punked?
once
So
outside.
what happens when we step outside? Like, what goes on in the hut as soon as that door closes? Because I want to see that.
Actually, I was wondering, Shaun, if we could find a stopping spot quick.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think we're right about there.
Okay.
This is kind of where I was kind of trying to get to. Not trying, but yeah, this was kind of the last thing that I had on my agenda. So this guy,
I'll be right back. I got a cricket situation that needs to be taken care of.
It's late afternoon by this point. And once outside, and Yezi, you and here are far enough away from the cops' ears for him to be a little bit comfortable. He's like, my lady, I've come to tell you that we've made arrangements, but it needs to be done tonight.
We'll
Hey,
make
Shaun?
sure.
Sorry, real quick. Can I try to practice some of my thug-like eavesdropping without being overly obvious?
Sure.
Is that observation?
If you're
Perception.
at this point, are you trying not to be seen? But you're also
No,
trying to hear, yeah?
I'm just right there by the door on the other side, hopefully trying to hear something.
Okay. It would be perception. That'd be a perception test. They're a little ways away. I'd say it's it's like an 4.
For the record, I have no problem with him hearing this. I mean, the idea is to get away so that they don't know.
Right.
But
And if it's any
story-wise,
justification, I'm looking for an excuse to hear the conversation so I can write a belief for next session about helping them get the kid out.
Yeah. No, that's fine. If you succeed, then you get all the details. If you fail, you only get some of the details.
Okay.
You
Okay,
fail.
I fail.
All right. So
I get
let's-
a difficult perception. Oh, no, don't. Only successful on perception.
only successful perceptions count.
Shit.
That's right. Yeah. So so he's talking to Yezi, and he's like, yeah, we can get her out, but it needs to be tonight. We'll have some people ready. you know, just bring her out to the woods by the at the edge of town, and we'll make sure and we'll take her there. And by take her there, they mean to the rebel camp. What you get, Colin, is that because you weren't privy to any of this, is get her out to the woods, and we'll take her.
Whoa. Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
Nothing. I'm just eavesdropping on a conversation.
Oh, excellent.
Poorly. He's poorly
Even
eavesdropping.
better.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a NEMS.
So yeah, it to you, like, you've heard talk like this before back in the cities when it's never good when somebody.
I actually say to the two people inside, excuse me just a moment, and I leave and I close the door.
We freeze.
I kind of look at God, I am terrible with names. Nicole's character.
Fianna.
I look at Fianna and I just kind of give her the what the fuck is going on look.
And it's just like a.
I am like angry priest storming up to Yezi and this dude.
Oh yeah, and he turns and sees you coming, and he's like, kind of turns to Yezi really quick, and is like, "Tonight, be ready," and like starts to bolt off. Like not running, he's just like walking quickly.
I stop at Yezi and I like look at him and I look at her and like just anger on his face, and he's like,
she's completely flat, by the way. She's just like, yeah.
He's like, what's this I hear about taking her out to the woods and then taking her? What kind of?
How loud are you saying this?
I'm scolding right now. Like,
so,
it's like I don't care what crime you think she's guilty of. She doesn't deserve this kind of punishment. And it's like, yes, I agree she needs to be out of the city, but not taken out and whatever. He's just like chewing her out.
She's
Fianna and I hear this?
I don't imagine that you're being
hand
quiet.
over your mouth, and she's like, I appreciate your energy on this, but first of all,
Jesus, way to talk down to it.
If you don't like the things that you hear, you shouldn't be eavesdropping. And maybe things aren't quite what you think.
Then please explain what they are if they're not what I think.
Maybe it's not your business. I will look after my people, and you look after yours.
She is a child. She might not be she might not be of the Imperium, but that doesn't mean I don't have a duty to look after her. And he says, you if I misheard, tell me what I misheard. Otherwise, all I have is to assume what I did here, and I won't let her go with you.
Please tell me exactly what you think you heard.
And I'll repeat the words I heard.
Mm-hmm. And I know that we haven't known each other for very long.
You are getting mommed so hard right now, man.
Oh, I am. It's great.
How much does that seem to fit with what you know of me?
Not much of you, but I do not know this other gentleman. And where I came from, there were trades, and that doesn't matter. But it's just I can't see something bad happening.
I want you to say it back to yourself that you think that I am going to take that dear child, who I would put my life on the line for, and sell her to some ruffians outside of town. Is that what I understand you think is happening?
Now that you say it out loud, it sounds kind of absurd, but
Yeah. Maybe you should go back to that temple on that nice big lot that used to belong to the family of one of her friends and reflect upon what you think is happening. And then if you come back tonight, maybe you can figure out what is really happening.
So he starts to like priest again. He's like, blah! And then like the thief part catches up about that second hit you just dropped there. He's like, all right. All right.
Yeah, she just waits. She's like waiting for it to settle in on you. That you're a dipshit, basically.
I apologize for my hasty words and actions. He kind of straightens his little collar and his frock and puts on his hat and starts to walk back to his little ramshackle church.
So, like as
Go pray about it.
yeah, as you walk back, Colin, and Yezi, the two of you are kind of standing outside, like right before he leaves. You feel it's been, you know, a reasonably warm spring day up to this point, and then just like this chill wind like picks up near the end of your conversation, and it's that cold that like creeps up your spine a little bit.
Kind of pulls his ropes closer.
Yeah, and it's just like one of those weird things where you weren't expecting it. It just kind of blows in for a second, and you're like, ugh.
It's absolutely not restless ancestors gathering outside the town. It's just a cold wind. Come
Couldn't
on.
be that. That'd be ridiculous.
It's not supernatural in any form.
So, Dustin, Colin came outside, right, and caught part of that?
No? Yeah,
You're-
yeah. We watched Colin leave.
Or, I'm sorry, you came at, like, Aldwin, you came outside.
Yeah.
Or are you still in the shack?
I'm still in the church.
The bone church.
Yeah. Well,
The
I
feeder
was sorry, shrine. I stayed in there with Fianna.
Okay, I'll come back in there then. And just be like, I'm sorry if you overheard any of that. The Colin has gone to meditate on some of his actions and thoughts.
What
The
did
good
I
news-
overhear, Shaun?
Base.
I think like pretty much everything that Colin yelled, obviously.
And then just like the hushed mom tone. And then Colin yelling, hushed mom tone.
So I just kind of looking at him like, is there something I need to know about?
Oh, no, Colin is just a little quick to anger, as you might imagine. She says, eyeing your bruise. But no, good news. I can get Saxa out of town. I just need to be able to move her tonight.
Can I, do I think she's hiding something from me?
No, I mean, like, I think it's
Of course I
obvious-
am. I'm not telling you what I'm
I
doing.
understand that, but am I suspicious of your, I won't say motives, because I don't question your motives. I feel,
Are
Are
you?
you suspicious?
Yeah.
That's what
I'm not
questioning.
suspicious of your motives, but it is odd that you went out in a hushed conversation. There was a altercation with the priest.
That happens a
Ooh.
lot, altercations with the priest.
Correct. It
You
does.
should know that.
Where he was claiming something about taking people out into the woods. I would be somewhat suspicious that you're not. I feel like I would suspect she's not being forthcoming about something.
Are you going to do something about that?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like,
It is a good question.
You can be suspicious all you want. I don't really give a shit.
yeah. I mean, we need to wrap it up. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just let it pass.
and you know, you could always write a belief about that.
Yeah, we'll just let it pass for now.
All right. Sounds good. Was there anything else that we needed to get to before we wrap this up? I don't.
Nope.
I just want to make sure. Okay.
I think I hit all three of my beliefs this session. That makes me happy.
I don't don't know if rations count as a feast.
That's when you have nothing else.
If you've been starving, any rations can be a feast.
They weren't starving yet.
Well, if you give them a couple weeks, it'll be a feast.
Damn.
Alrighty.
That's cold.
Arta time. Where's my pencil? Make some notes here. Okay, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Matt.
He'll go first.
I was wrong to punch Aldwin. I will apologize and make amends by calming the townsfolk.
So
Nice.
forward of you doing that from prison.
That's a persona. You calm the townsfolk.
Calm the shit out of those townsfolk.
You did. That only because you were lucky, though.
Yes. Putting that into my previous beliefs. All right. So that's a persona, eh?
Yep.
The rift in this town is too great to ignore. I will convince both the Dominist and Yezi that funding a banquet for the poor of both sides will work well to bring everyone together. I think that's a fate.
That is a fate.
At least, yeah.
So you haven't convinced the Dominus.
I'm sick of bloodshed. I will follow the path of virtue and put my dark past behind me where it belongs.
Oh, that's a fate, because that's a fate mine. And you absolutely did that with the crowd.
And attempting to try to stop any bloodshed of that poor girl. Saxophone. Okay.
Saxophone.
Instincts. Always answer a threat or insult with a sucker punch. Never allow a child to come to harm. And when looked to for answers, throw out some random doctrine.
None of them really got you into trouble. I mean, you could have punched out Kristen when she started talking
could have.
down
She
to
was
you.
insulting the shit out of you.
I thought about it.
Amazing.
I was really thinking hard about it, and I was like, no.
I was wondering if
because
it was going to happen.
I planned on having a belief about helping get the girl out of the city.
There's
so I
more
didn't want to
passive
ruin
aggression
that.
at him, though, so I don't know if that would have been fair.
I'm pretty sure that it was insulting.
From like a player perspective, you made the right decision. From a drama perspective, it would have been great if you punched.
Would have been fucking
It would have been great,
hilarious.
and then I would have to roll up a new character.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the captain of the guard would probably figure out the tussle was going down, and yeah.
We don't
Character
punch our
trait.
friends, Matt.
Character trait: cruel, cynical, stoic.
You were neither cruel, cynical, nor stoic at this.
At least not in any major way. Lucky, cold-blooded, poker face. All right, those are my bits.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
All right.
Cursor can go.
See. People write if Saxa is executed, I must get her out of town with the rebels without Numerus finding out.
I think that's a fate. I
Yep.
definitely see that wrapping up next session.
Yep.
Though.
I must negotiate for land. For my English apparently. I must negotiate.
How's everybody, Bob?
I must negotiate for land for my people. Jesus, what happened to this sentence? You know that I write entire books. I write books, and this sentence.
Do you know?
It's a war crime.
No, it's
I
World of
want
War
a
crimes.
land for my people to protect them and put a stop to the fighting. I got land for my people.
You did.
Whatever it says, you did it.
Is that
Yeah.
counteracted by the imminent starvation? I don't know.
It didn't say anything about feeding their dumbasses. I just
Tomato,
felt like-
tomato. Either way, you won't get one.
I have no true power so long as my children are here. I didn't work with them to get them out yet. That will come up next game.
All right.
Instincts, always keep calm and de-escalate. Always protect Eric and Asta, and never show weakness before others.
I don't think it got her in trouble, but her instinct, she played
If
instinct
you would have
more
punched
against
her, it
my
would have gotten her in
instinct, too.
trouble.
Oh, it would have been great if you punched me. I
That's
have
the thing, I don't
rabble.
think you didn't actually insult me as a character. Like as a player, you're like, listen, dumbass. But as a character,
No, as a character, she was talking down to you pretty hard. You were getting the shit mom talked out of you.
but it wasn't a direct insult.
I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Cool. Rabble rouser, collectivist, mark privilege, cool-headed, thick skin.
Um,
I don't know.
no, I don't think so. Not quite there.
I mean, collectivist almost for getting people land to work together, but
Yeah. I feel like I feel like it's a stretch.
I mean, she
yeah.
got it at the cost of food rationing.
I feel like if we're hemming and hawing, then it's not.
It's not,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Cool. Nicole.
I must protect the girl. I can help her seek shelter in the woods with the help of the spirits.
You did protect her.
You did protect her.
She is
Yeah.
being taken to the woods.
That is true. I think
You hit her in the body.
I think that's a fate. But you can probably nail that one.
Next one.
session.
I must help Yezi lay her son to rest so he may join the ancestors. Nothing yet.
No, and I imagine that when you do, Gwenham's not going to be happy about that.
He's a creepy old dude. He'll get over
It'll
it.
be fantastic. I can't wait.
Yay. I must protect the ancestors' barrows by stopping the new religion's worship.
Well,
Haven't done that one yet.
No, it'll be fun when I do, though.
That's gonna be great.
Or mold break against it.
No.
Yeah, or mold break against
No.
it.
Always commune with the ancestor spirits for an hour every morning. Never refuse hospitality when offered, and always show deference to an ancestor spirit.
None of those came up, and that's okay.
Okay, now traits.
Yep.
Always in the way, dismissive, frustrated, mark
Uh,
of privilege, gifted Faust.
absolutely dismissive.
And I would almost say frustrated as well.
For dismissive and frustrated.
Yeah, because she was acting very frustrated every time someone was leaving the temple mysteriously
Right.
over and over again, and then oh no, everything's totally fine.
Okay. Yeah.
I like okay as the ultimate dismissal. Will you do it? Okay.
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 I'm like, duh, we're on the same side, idiot.
Duh. All right, and Dustin.
I will keep Saxa under my protection until the situation is resolved. I'd say that's probably. I don't know. I really did anything towards that.
Yeah, I'll give you a fate for it because because since you helped with Matt's role, like you were going to be implicated in that failure.
That's true.
So,
I will find out who the father or this father is, as I do not trust him.
do you trust him yet? Like, are you satisfied with the answers he gave you?
Not 100%. I trust him more, but not fully. I don't feel like I really found out who he is.
I'd mark that one as a fate. But you might want to we might want to work on tightening that one up. Like,
Well, yeah, it's going to change now that I've gotten.
yeah, but I like it because I like beliefs that point at other characters. But it needs some more oomph, some more bite to it, something specific, so that we know like when it's done.
When it's completed. Yep.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Get word to Metiana of my brother's position. I did not make any progress on that. If I feel threatened, I will draw my sword. Get me in trouble. Situation gets out of hand, I will take control of it through intimidation. Could have gotten us in trouble, but did not.
It did not get you in trouble, but almost.
And always fight to the death. And then my traits are stubborn, sixth sense, and stoic.
I feel like you were stoic. I feel like you were stoic the whole time. Just
Yeah.
feel like, all right.
So this is a thing.
This is a thing now. Yeah.
This is just another fucking thing to add to the pile. This is happening. All right, cool. 3 fate.
Okay. So, were there anybody want to nominate anything for the humor trait or for the humor award for an in-character game stopper?
Character. I don't know. Kind of like the
I laughed
grabbing.
pretty
of
hard when
humor.
she mommed me.
That was really funny, actually.
See, I was gonna go with the femur because that was amazing.
it's a, I'd say it's
Oh, yeah,
toss-up
the
between
femur. I
the
forgot about
femur and
that.
the
You
bombing.
said
Femur. That was
The femur was
pretty
kind of my
fucking
go-to
great.
on that one.
It only worked because it was appropriate. Like, I'm in a room full of
I
bones.
agree.
Like, you were actually going to protect her with the help of the ancestors.
Literally.
What? Just part of the ancestors.
The strongest part of the ancestors.
Right. The largest
Yeah, I would
bone.
have to say the femur had me rolling pretty good.
Sure. I'll give you that.
Technical.
Fate for humor, Nicole.
Ah, no, not the humor, the femur.
Oh.
I strike Dustin's character.
No.
Bloody verses right now.
Smite him. Right skill, right time. I don't think anybody did right skill, right time.
I don't think
No.
so either.
Yeah, nothing weird came up. Embodiment. This is the good role playing award. Was there a moment that anybody wants to nominate somebody for embodiment?
I think Kristen, for the way she kept her cool, didn't directly give in what she was saying, but like saw my character wanted the help and just was able to subtly somehow get the message to him.
Yeah, I agree with that. And on top of her dealing with the dominance as well.
Oh yeah, and the Dominus dual wits.
Nice.
Oh no, yeah, I'll take it.
All right, that's a persona. Anybody else?
Matt's
He did stop a mob. A small mob.
well, calming of the showing compassion to the wife and child.
Yeah.
Seemed pretty
I
fatherly.
won't say no to Arta.
Sith Master in the chat is asking, is it NPC Arta? We'll do that last, I think. I kind of want to nominate Nicole for that scene with fucking Gwynam.
Oh yeah.
That scene was just great.
Oh yeah. That's a great scene.
Sure, dude.
And
Whatever you want.
I liked it because it's like they're on the same side. It'd be just so easy to be like, "Hey, we're buddies, and we're stopping this other religion." But like, even then, it shows the factions within their side and the views and this, that, and the other. So
Yeah, like it's nothing is clean in this situation. Like nobody's.
Yeah, there's lots of gray areas.
Yeah. All right. Let me see. That was embodiment. Mold breaker. Nobody got mold breaker. Workhorse for doing all the work for the scenario. Does anybody want to nominate somebody for workhorse?
Kristen.
I think Kristen. Just moving the stuff forward with the with the land, and then getting everyone together and being like, hey, next time we get together, we're gonna go over here and we're gonna talk to people and we're gonna come together as a group.
Does anybody agree, or does everybody agree? Anybody disagree?
Agree.
Dustin?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I said as well.
Okay, I just couldn't hear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that's Persona. MVP. Do we have an MVP this session?
I did like that Matt fought against his past almost. I feel like compassion is a new avenue for him.
Yeah.
Fought against the urge to punch you.
I think.
Well, like with
The widow.
The gate. Yeah.
the widow, and like apologizing, and being like, "No, I will go and reflect on that." Shaun's trying to find the words to disagree with me.
No, it's not that. It's that MVP is supposed to be for the crucial element of success, and there weren't any big successes so far. There were
I
a lot of
disagree.
good character moments.
I feel like his successful role at the gate was pretty pivotal.
Yes and no, because he already got awarded, that was one of his beliefs, right? I mean, if you guys want to vote for it, you
Fine, nobody gets it. Shaun, are you happy now?
No, I'm. Yeah, go ahead. If the rest of you guys want to vote it, absolutely. This is majority rules, and if you guys disagree with me, that is 100% okay.
My argument for that is if he hadn't rolled the lucky on that, if that had gone south, it would have been a disaster.
That is true.
Another disaster.
It did change kind of how the game went, because now we're not dealing with a mob.
Yeah.
Now we are free to pursue the Saxa thing, pursue the town meeting.
No, that's actually a really good point. Yeah.
I vote yay.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yes.
Yay.
Cool. Do you guys want to nominate any of the NPCs for Arda? Did anything stand out? I tend to not give my NPCs a whole lot of free will. They kind of exist to get in your way.
I would have given Captain Obvious some last session.
He wasn't a captain. You're a captain.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
Shaun,
Sergeant Obvious. My bad.
I'm completely fine with you if you want to make the call on if they earn any Arta or not. Shaun.
Yeah.
Well, I
Mostly
can
how
pretty
they-
objectively look at their beliefs and see if they get any, as far as that goes, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not getting MVP or workhorse because they're NPCs and they don't get that.
I mean, Marius would probably be the only one I would wonder if you got one or not.
Yeah,
With his
if
exchange
you
with
want
the-
if you want to nominate either of them for embodiment, that's cool. If not, that's also totally fine.
Who are we nominating for embodiment? I got distracted by Josh being a dick again.
About your forehead.
I did like how the Dominus was he's clearly maybe not in the morally right here, but it's not black and white. It wasn't totally black and white with him,
Right.
He might be totally biased towards his people over the others, but he's trying to. What in his mind is the best thing. So, yeah.
No, I don't buy that for a fucking second. He is not. No. I mean, to march in and conquer a land and be like, you should have just given up when we showed up. Like, that's basically his argument. It's your fault for defending yourself. How dare.
How dare, good sir.
I would give him embodiment because that was pretty great. Like that duel of wits, his arguments were pretty stellar.
That's kind of what I was leaning towards, an
Yeah.
embodiment.
Really, if you're gonna give my NPCs any Arda, it's like, did you like how I played it? This is
And
Shaun,
we did.
take a persona, Shaun. You earned it.
hey, I get one for my bad guys.
Right on. Well, Shaun, thank you very much, sir. That was an awesome game.
Thank you.
I think I changed my beliefs already. So
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
I feel like next session we're probably definitely going to start off with like getting Saxa out of town and seeing how that goes. After that, I guess if you have any thoughts about stuff that you guys want to deal with, obviously beliefs are a good way of telling me that, but you know, we have the chat going all the time, so
I wish we didn't.
because you hate it.
I love you guys. I am not on Facebook chat. I get the little message. I get the notification. I'm like, Shaun, who said something? Like, who fucking messaged me?
I'm very disappointed in myself for trying to use Skype. I thought it would be better, but it just wound up being more of a pain in the ass. So
Well, apparently everyone else is fine but me.
stability-wise, it was leaps and bounds better.
that is true. Like we didn't have
It was
to.
just my head. My head was a problem.
It's just
I
your
mean, it's fine. You can't really tell the difference between Kristen's forehead and the background anyway.
Or like the
Wow.
side. It's all just
Yeah.
like
Kristen and Nicole like blend in with the walls behind him very well.
That's true.
I think from now on, like I'm gonna let the chat nominate NPCs for Arda, because really
That's a
I'm
good idea.
entertaining them.
That's a
Oh,
good
by the
idea.
way, Shaun,
What?
you misspelled my name. And the other one, there's two T's in my mat.
Oh, is that?
Mott. I don't know. I kind of like how it is.
I waited all session politely until the end to tell you that. All right, well, Nicole and I have to go to bed, so we're gonna jet.
All right,
Good
you guys
night.
have a good night. And
Good night.
thanks
See you Sunday.
those of you guys in the chat room for hanging out and watching.
except for Josh.
Except you, Josh. No, really, thank you.
No, especially Josh.
Oh. Was that the end of the
I'm gonna stop streaming now.
Alright.